No one is going to tell me what to do at what time. I'm in charge. That's why these fools are running around here. I'm in charge.
On a point of order, Chair.
Order, Chairperson.
Point of order, Chairperson.
Order, Chairperson.
Point of order.
The ruling party by
Order,
straight
Chairperson.
Order.
Chairperson.
For the first time ever in the history of the G20 Summit, an African country would be a host. On the 22nd to the 23rd of November 2025, South Africa would be the host of the G20 Summit, the first time ever in an African continent. The primary goal of G20 is to promote economic stability and prosperity through international cooperation, and to South Africa, it is going to cost them around 691 million rands to host the G20 Summit. It is a very important summit that is going to put South Africa on the map and bring a lot of opportunities to the country. That is why spending around 691 million rands, it is not a waste, because by spending that money, you bring endless opportunities. South Africa is very happy to be hosting the G20 Summit, but there is one obstacle on the way of South Africa to host a successful G20 Summit. That obstacle is Donald Trump. Since the start of his second term, Donald Trump has made it a point to attack South African government by bringing the narrative and the misinformation of a white genocide. On the 11th of April 2025, Donald Trump sent out a communication threatening the attendance of the G20 Summit. Basically, he says that I might not attend the G20 Summit because there are problems. And by doing that, he wants to use Julius Malema, the leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters, an opposition party in South African Parliament, as an excuse not to go to the G20 Summit. Let us look at the communication sent out by Donald Trump. On his Truth social media, Donald Trump posted a message together with a video of Julius Malema saying that, how could we be expected to go to South Africa for the very important G20 meeting when land confiscation and genocide is the primary topic of conversation? They are taking the land of white farmers and then killing them and their families. The media refuses to report on this. The United States has held back on all contributions to South Africa. Is this where we want to be for the G20? I don't think so. Below this message, he attached a video of Julius Malema when he was in Parliament speaking about the land question. Here's the video.
You can do, there's nothing this Parliament can do. With or without you, people are going to occupy land. We require no permission from you, from the president, from no one. We don't care. We can do whatever you want to do. Who are you to tell us whether we can occupy land or not? We are going to occupy land. Yes. South African occupy land. That's who we are.
Honorable
Whatever you want to do, you can withdraw my membership from this useless parliament.
Honorable.
Never be scared to kill. A revolution demands that at some point there must be killing, because the killing is part of a revolutionary act.
Shoot to kill. Yamasa. Kill the poor, the farmer. Kill the poor, the farmer. Brr, pa. Pa. Brr, pa. Pa. To kill. Yamasa. Kill the poor, the farmer. Kill the poor, the farmer.
I think Donald Trump has the leverage on all African leaders. This guy just a few days ago in public said that some leaders are leaking his behind. They are begging him to reduce those tariffs, to drop the tariffs. I mean, he said they are leaking my ass. If a leader of a big nation like the USA can go in public to say these guys are leaking my ass and nobody says anything, it means he knows that they are all cowards. The African leaders are all cowards. If Donald Trump is going to threaten the G20 for the first time ever being held in Africa, it is not only going to harm South Africa, it is also going to harm the rest of Africa, because this is a disrespect to Africa as a continent. A lot of countries build their wealth from Africa. They got all the minerals to build their wealth. Now that they are powerful, they look back and disrespect Africa. The leaders of Africa are cowards. I mean, this guy alone is not going to stop the G20. If he does not attend, of course, it is not going to be a good look for South Africa because this is the first time Africa has the opportunity to host. Now, a big country like the USA says, I'm not coming. Do you think that it is just going to be business as usual? It is not. The center of attention will be Donald Trump not attending the G20. But it also provides the opportunity, much like how China has been treating the US, by showing them that if you are going to fight, we are also going to fight in terms of tariffs. So now, if Donald Trump doesn't come, all the leaders, all the countries that are part of the G20, they must all go and also send out a message that we are not going to tolerate what Donald Trump is doing. They must rally behind South Africa because we know the leaders of Africa are not going to do anything. All they care about is being rich themselves and not caring about their countries. I mean, the reason Donald Trump doesn't respect South Africa or Africa is because he knows the leaders are corrupt. There is no genocide against white farmers in South Africa. There's never been any genocide against any person since apartheid ended. Crime in South Africa is very high. That is not a question. It is a statistic. Now, for Trump to take such a stand to fight the battles of Israel, it is not really a noble thing to do. But South Africa will sit there and let this man talk. I mean, why do you use Julius Malema to fight the battles of Israel? For long they've been doing this of saying misinformation. South Africa is doing this. White farmers are being killed. We are going to offer them refugee in the USA. And instead of focusing on that, so that if he offers them the same white people when they go to USA, they can now realize that we were wrong to leave. We should have stayed home. Instead of focusing on that and the minority of the people he wants to bring back, he's continuing to tarnish the image of South Africa. And I think world leaders need to come together and say, we must protect what is going to happen. We must protect the G20. If they can protect South Africa as a whole, they must protect the integrity of the G20 and say to Donald Trump, if you are not coming, the best you could do is to keep quiet. Let the G20 continue because it's not like it is not going to continue without you. That would be telling Donald Trump that you are not powerful as you think. And if he's been told that, maybe, just maybe, something will go onto his head and he's going to know that the world doesn't revolve around Donald Trump or the USA.